Good morning. How you feeling this morning? Some of y'all woke up this morning and y'all feeling rather unsure, deceived, shocked, appalled, unsure of like how did this happen, right? Others are feeling quite victorious, quite proud. We did it again. I told y'all, real change is about to happen. We're finally going to get back on track. And then you have others who are just indifferent. They're not shocked or surprised. It's just another normal day. What's going to change? We'll see. We survived it the first time. We'll survive it again. And all of those feelings are valid. You have a right to feel the way you feel. The one thing that I think people need to realize, and one lesson that tends to be taught over and over again is that, people will deceive you. There is a process. There is a format. There is a system. And if you look at it careful enough, you'll see how it repeats itself over and over again. It's a cycle. It always repeats itself over and over again. It's nothing new. The moment you think something is so brand new and so ingenious, it's not really new. It's reciprocated. It's recycled. It's just the way of the world. If you thought for one moment that the tables were going to turn and the powerful, the rich, the wealthy, those in position of power was going to allow anything to happen that will change that perspective or that trajectory of their power, put them in a more even playing field, I just like to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you thought that. I'm sorry that you felt that was really going to happen. That has never happened. This is not me being pessimistic, negative, Debbie Downer, or any of that. It's really about just being a realist, to be very honest and to be fair. They'll never let that happen. It's too much at risk for, the proverbial, the holistic, wealthy or in power, or the system, or the way life operates, the way the world runs. It's just not going to happen, because there's so many things that's happening behind the scenes that we're not aware of, that we're not privy to. And in every area of your life, whether it's the church, whether it's your work, whether it's government, relationships, like it is the struggle that has always been the struggle from as far back as I can remember. A lot of things that's happening right now is trying to erase a lot of that history so that the newest generation won't really know much about the things that have played out. So, and how they played out. That's a strategy. That's a strategy to make sure that you are not aware. And it also helps when you're not aware for things to recycle themselves, for those instances and moments in history to be repeated, because then you think it's fresh, it's new, no one's thought of this before. You get what I'm saying? This is not propaganda. This is not conspiracy theory. No, this is just what life is. And if you actually take a moment and read as much history as you can that's available to you, and just kind of look at things from a timeline, you see everything repeats itself. And there are new opportunities and new rules and breakthroughs for a subclass of people. So it happens. It happens in small increments, in small doses. Come on, Amanda Seales, in small doses. So what we have now is our first felonious president. When he was president the first time, he wasn't necessarily convicted of a felony, but, whatever. So for the message here is, if you are a felon, the sky is the limit. This is the message. There's always a message that has to come out in something. Whether you agree with it or not, there's always an angle. Felonious people can be president. So for all the felony people out there with felonies, all the felons out there, listen, sky's the limit. And for that small thing, absolutely, that's wonderful, because I believe everyone deserves a chance. Everyone deserves a second chance. I don't know when someone with so many felony accounts, charges, and convictions has ever been president. But now we have our first. We've had our first black president. We now have our first felonious president. It just lets you know that if you put your mind to anything can happen. There's a lot of things that's going to be happening over the next few months that we're just going to watch and see and watch it play out and, unwind and undo itself, and, the whole history repeating itself. It keeps everyone engaged. It keeps everyone riled up and participating. This game of life is the biggest participation game ever, right? And there are people who's going to sit and hope and do nothing and just hope that everything will change, and we're just going to pray about it. And that's great. If that's your device, do that. There's going to be people who's just going to watch and see, there will be people who are going to rebel and find themselves in situations that won't be too favorable for them. You'll find yourself quite alone in those situations, because you'll think you're going to have this huge backing of people to assist you and help you when that rage gets so high and you're ready to take action.